Stand at the center of Beijing and look around you. To the west, the Shishan Mountains, ancient and gray, their ridges like the spine of a dragon laid down to rest. To the north, the Yinshan Range, the Great Wall behind the wall, peaks folded one behind another as far as the eye can see. To the northeast, more mountains standing like sentinels, their stone faces turned southward, watching. And to the east, a single opening. The mountains part, and through that gap, the Bohai Sea breathes in. Salt air, tides, the world arriving by water. 3 sides a mountain, 1 gate to the sea. The ancient masters of feng shui called this the perfect embrace. Mountains behind and beside you for protection, open land and water before you for life. Thousands of years before any city was built here, the people who read the land knew. This place was chosen. This place was sacred. But there was more. Beneath the stone of the Beijing plain, the old people said, lay a hidden sea, deep water, sleeping under rock, the memory of an ancient ocean that had retreated but never truly left. The city would be built not on ordinary earth, but on stone floating above buried water. A place where the visible world and the invisible world met. That hidden sea gave Beijing its soul before it had a name. In 1267, a great ruler chose this place to build his capital. He called it Dadu, the great city. Other cities had been built on rivers, on coastlines, on trade routes. He built his on sacred geometry, on the intersection of mountains and sea and stone and sky that made this plain unlike any other on earth. His engineers surveyed the land. They planned the avenues and the gates and the walls. But first, before the palace, before the temples, before anything, they dug wells. 1 well for every neighborhood. 1 well for every cluster of families. Around each well, life organized itself. Homes rose. Wool met wool. And between the walls, lanes formed, narrow, gray, shaped not by any architect's plan, but by the daily movement of people walking to the water. Those lanes were the Hutong, and from the Hutong, Beijing grew. The Ming emperors who came after tore down the old city and built again, bigger, more magnificent, more perfectly aligned with heaven and earth. They called the new capital Beijing, the northern capital. At its heart, they placed the forbidden city, 9,000 rooms, 1,000,000 workers, 24 emperors who would rule China from within its red walls across 5 centuries. No commoner could enter without permission. No sound from outside could disturb the sun of heaven within. And yet, half a mile from the Golden Throne, in the gray lanes of the Hutong, a grandmother was shelling beans in a courtyard. A child was chasing a cricket through a narrow alley. A shopkeeper was grinding ink, setting out his brushes, beginning another ordinary day. The emperor ruled the empire. The Hutong ruled the emperor's imagination of home. Because even the Son of Heaven knew, a city is not its palaces. A city is its people, and the people lived in the lanes. Beijing has been the capital of China for most of the last 7 centuries. It has survived the fall of the Mongols, The rise and fall of the Ming. The Qing dynasty. Horsemen from beyond the wall who became more Chinese than the Chinese, who painted their courtyards red and wrote their poetry in brushstrokes as fine as silk. It survived the burning of the old summer palace in 1860. The smoke visible from the city walls, the ashes drifting down into the Hutong lanes like dark snow. It survived revolution and Republican war. It watched the last emperor walk out of the Forbidden City in 1924, carrying nothing. It heard the proclamation of a new China from Tiananmen in 1949. It watched the towers of glass rise around it in the 21st century, taller and taller, until the old gray wall seemed to crouch low beneath a sky full of steel. Through all of it, the wells remained. The lanes remained. The red gates remained. And the people behind them went on living the way people in Beijing have always lived, steadily, quietly, with patience older than any dynasty. Today, Beijing is a city of 22 million people. It has subway lines that run deeper than any emperor dreamed. It has boulevards 8 lanes wide. It has towers that touch the clouds the mountains once held back. And yet, turn off the main road. Walk down a lane between gray walls. Hear the city go quiet. You are in the Hutong. You are in the place that was here before the towers, before the Republic, before the Empire, before everything except the mountains and the hidden sea and the stone beneath your feet. The land chose this place. The people made it a city. And after 700 years, the city remembers both. Mountains on 3 sides. Sea at the eastern gate. Sacred stone beneath. Hidden water below. A well at every corner. A family behind every gate. This is Beijing, the city the land chose. The city the people built. The city that endures.